this is Lutz and welcome to my new... welcome to my new video about... Oh God, what is it? You know this? You can do more or less everything with your smartphone, but when it comes to printing, you're depending on a computer. So let's figure out if there's a solution by using a Raspberry to close that gap between the usability of your printer with your smartphone and your laptop. So let's go! Before we now make a deep dive into the technology, let's have a quick look how the concept is looking like. So the first thing we want to do is we want to communicate with our smartphone, and then we want to get something print out. So now the problem is that both devices do not communicate with a common interface. So we need to build something like a translator with our Raspberry. So we pick here the Raspberry, and then we need to establish a communication between the smartphone and the Raspberry. This I already showed you in previous videos. I will link on top. So you can use your NAS drive or you can use your cloud drive, whatever you like. We just use one of these folders and print the documents out we find inside. And the communication between the Raspberry and the printer is really simple. We will do this in the graphical user interface. I would show you at next step. And then we will configure our Raspberry that we are able to print files which are located in the shared drives. So let's start with the technical part. For installing a printer, I think it's the easiest way to use a remote desktop. So if you want to know how this works, you can look into this video. And you just simply click on the Raspberry symbol and then you say Preference and Printer Settings. And then the GUI Start, and then you press the Add button. And then you select the printer you have. In my case, this is a Lexmark E350D. And you set forward, and then it starts searching for the driver. This may take some seconds, so I'm coming back when it's finished. So for my printer, here it's stated that there are drivers downloadable, so I said next, and then I say search for printer drivers to download and go for search. And after a few seconds it's finding my printer driver, so I say forward. Again forward. Then you have to check if your settings are correct. In my case everything is alright, so I say forward again and apply it. Then you can say, do you want to print your test page? You say yes, do it. And after a few seconds you have your test page printed, so everything is working. So now after installing our printer in the user interface, we are now able to print PDF documents directly to the printer. But that's not what we want to do, it's just a part of that what we want to do. I often get a document as a Word document or something like this. So we need to convert these to a PDF document that we can print it out. The way we do this is that we use the LibreOffice. So we install it if you don't have it right now. So we type sudo apt-get install LibreOffice, and we need a small tool called unoconv. And this we install, and this may take a while because it is really huge, so I'll be back when it's finished. So now it's finished. What we need now is a small script which does this conversion for us. So I already prepared something. So this script you will find also in the description of the video. So this script is called print script. So we will have a look into it, that you understand what we are doing. So what you see here on top is the so-called shebang that defined that the script is using a bash. And what we are doing then is that we are searching in our directory where we share the documents with our smartphone. So in my case, this is mounted to mount public and then the folder print. This is now depending on the solution you want to use for talking to your Raspberry. So as I mentioned before, you can do it like I do it over a cloud server using WebDAV, or you can use a Samba server, or you can use any other opportunity you want to use, like a web service or something like this. But the important thing is that it's defined right here with the correct directory. And then the script is touching every document and run through the if-else pass. So the only thing it does, it's checking the end of the document's file. So it's checking the suffix. In that case, it's a Word document. We run the conversion and remove the file. The next one are the new Word files, so the docx, and there's the same happening. And in the next loop, this script finds a PDF and sends this PDF to the local printer, and afterwards it deletes the PDF. So what you need to check now is that you're part of the right groups with your user. So in this case you need to find this LP admin group, or at least the LP, which stands for local printer, that you have the permission to run prints on your Raspberry. If you don't have that, you need to add your user to the group. So the next thing you need to do is to find a way that this script is running automatically, because we don't want to start the Raspberry every time when we want to print something. This is exactly the same annoying thing if we would need to run our laptop or something like this. So we go into the Crontab, and in the Crontab we define a new tab, and we do this by typing 5 times a star, which is the same meaning that we want to check every minute with the script if there's some new data. So if you want to change it, you find here above the description, the first star is the minute, the next is the hour, and then the day of the month and the months. So you can easily change this to another one if you just say I would only want to do this every hour, but I like to do it every minute. And afterwards you type your destination of your script. So in my case this is here. And afterwards you just write it out. And then you finish the nano. And then the bash told you that you installed a new Crontab. And we did. It's done. The last thing we need to do is we test everything. We take our smartphone and upload something with the app we use for our cloud connection to the shared folder, and then the Raspberry will print it out. Oh, I had a small typo within my script, but now it's done. So take care of your names. I wrote initially not script, just script. So it's not working, and the problem with the Crontab is if you don't write it correctly, it does not find your script and it does not give you a failure prompt. So if nothing is happening, check if you write everything correctly, otherwise it will not happen anything. So that was all for today. I think it's a really cool thing you can do with a small Raspberry and get away from the annoying thing that you have to start your computer if you want to print something out. So I hope you liked the video. If you want to see more, click one of my other videos, and see you next time. Goodbye!